President William Ruto 100 days in office. 100 days in office has been an uphill task for President William Ruto, served with a couple of challenges, from fierce criticism by the opposition to others opinionating that the country took the wrong turn since he assumed office. But the president insists that the nation is on the right trajectory. And what is his plan for the hustlers and dynasties, now that he is the president of all? In this video, we'll take you through some of the powerful cornerstone achievements listed by President William Ruto to cement hustlers' confidence that electing one of their own, a one-time kuku seller on the streets of Eldoret, was not a waste of their resources but a blessing in disguise. They say, with the will, one can do anything. Welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. The cost of living.
Biggest contributor to the cost of living is the cost of food. If we seriously want to attack the cost of living jigsaw, we must deal with the cost of food.
But in 100 days, has the cost of food been lowered?
We have put the brakes on the continued increase of unga and all the other food products. At least unga now is averaging around 190 shillings from 230. So we are beginning to see the journey to sanity.
Agriculture. To cause a ton of events, they have proposed for the availability of cheaper farming inputs with a subsidized fertilizer already in the market.
We now have the first 200,000 metric tons of fertilizer already landed in the country. We've reduced the cost. We will supply 6 million bags of subsidized fertilizer to our farmers. We will make sure that they have the correct seed. We will ensure that they have the correct support.
Also bringing back the Galana Kularu project to save it from the cartels of the former regime who had subdivided it among themselves.
The fellows who sabotaged it had actually subdivided it into little pieces of land.
According to the president, the failure of Galana Kularu project was an evil scheme by the cartels.
Galana did not fail. It was made to fail. And I want to promise you that we are going to make Galana work. And it's going to work beginning this February. We are going to plant maize in the first 10,000 acres, and we already have the mechanism. It is possible for us to produce 10 million bags from Galana to seal the gap that we are currently going to import. We are going to support production of food.
The cost of energy.
On cost of energy.
In Kenya, cost of electricity stands at position 4 in Africa. What fixed the nations to this?
There was an attempt, which was not well thought out, to try and introduce subsidies in that space, which failed miserably. It was just a waste. Nobody benefited.
How has the Gayasla government tackled this within 100 days of power?
We are going to interrogate the cost of energy, right? We have 3-4 lines which I have instructed. We're going to spend 1 billion shillings to sort out 3 lines of transmission, 3 transmission lines. And it's because we have power in Takwel, which we are not using maximum because of a transmission line. We have other hydros that we are not using because of transmission line. So I have already instructed that we complete those transmission lines within the next 10 months so that we make sure that we bring down the cost of energy, we generate the much more efficient power sources so that we can begin the journey to retire the thermal ones.
The subsidy.
Do you know how much those subsidies were costing us? It was costing us a total of 25 billion shillings every month.
A subsidy that was introduced by the former regime was a political tool to siphon public funds by rogue cartels masquerading as saviors.
The decision to subsidize unga, fuel, and electricity was not an economic decision. It was a political decision. It was meant to placate Kenyans to vote in a certain way. But because of the interventions we have made, inflation is now at 9.1. It's on its way down.
The Hustlers Funds.
Is the Hustler Fund working? Have we disbursed money? Are real Kenyans today beneficiaries?
According to President William Ruto, the Hustlers Funds Kitty is a revolutionized idea economically to the hustling department of the Hustlers family.
The amount that we have lent is 12.9 billion. It's actually 21 million transactions that have taken place.
But how do you access it?
You can access Hustler Fund even on Mulika Mwizi. So long as you have a Mulika Mwizi, you are in business.
But is it for all? No. It's meant for a few struggling hustlers, not dynasties camouflaging as hustlers.
You don't have to know anybody. Even your neighbor is not important. The committee is three: yourself, your phone, and technology. Finished.
But has it caused a white smoke, or things are totally different on the ground?
The fact that a Kenyan somewhere, he doesn't know William Ruto. He may not even know his MCA. He may not even be known by the Mzee wa Mitaa. But on his phone, he has gotten a government service and he has received 2,000 shillings. And he is running his show. I think that's the best news ever.
Or in the same pool, what is the exact plan?
We grow our revenues and we finance our development not by debt, not by borrowing, but by making sure that we use our own resources.
Who must pay taxes, including President William Ruto?
Everybody is going to pay tax, starting with William Ruto.
Digitization of tax collection system and all government services to raise tax collection bar from around 60%.
We are installing a new tax system to drive the collection of VAT to between 90 and 97%. The target I have given to KRA is that by June this year, we should be able to collect an extra 500 billion.
The last and not the least, grow our own savings and revenue.
Push our own resources and use our own resources to run our own our development.
Thank you for watching. Please keep the conversation on. Adios, amigos.